welcome back guys, Alex here with another video. I hope you're well. This is game room tour number 4 and the guy's called Steve, aka Sinisteve on UK Vac Forum. I met Steve about a year ago at a meet, another guy called Steve. We seem to get on really well and he's put his name forward for me going around to film his collection, which I'm really excited about as always. And he's in Kent, so it's not too far, about an hour and a half away from me, from London I guess. And you know, I just enjoy it, travelling around the country and to end the journey around someone's house, seeing their collection, just hanging out and playing some games, just the icing on the cake. I tell you, I really do enjoy it, honestly, I really do. And not only that, it's always interesting to see how other people got into the hobby. You know, especially if they're a bit younger than me, you know, because I feel like I got there right at the beginning when the arcades first came on the scene with Space Invaders and stuff like that. You know, arcades were quite a special time for me, so people that are a lot younger than me always wonder how they got into it. Was it consoles first, or did they find video games in the arcade first? You know, because obviously consoles were around a lot more in the 80s, where in the 70s, late 70s they weren't. It was just arcades. That's where you got your fix, in the arcades. But obviously later on, you know, you could play arcade video games at home. So I'm always interested to see how people got into the hobby and how it's affected in their collecting habits and how they've set up their games room and just their history behind how they got into it overall, you know. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I always video it as I walk into the room, as I see it for the first time. You know, I don't wander around the house and go into the games room first. I always video it as I see it. So I'm also surprised as you guys as you're seeing it for the first time. So without further ado, let's get on the road and go and see Steve. Sinisteve Steve. Here we are guys, stopping off the naughty but nice section. And we have 2 Belgian chocolate shoe rings. Ooh. Oh, they look good, I tell you, they do look good. Let's have a look at these. Oh, look at that cream. Oh my god, look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh. Look at that, eh? Oh. Oh. Hey there! Really good. Matron. Naughty, but nice. So here we are at Sinisteve's house, number 4. Let's give him a bell. Hey Steve, how you doing?
Mate, you alright?
Good to see you.
You too, Alex, you too. Come in.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Wow, a bit of a journey.
Yeah, it's a bit of a trip back out into the
Yeah. Wow, nice big TV screen there, mate.
Well,
Do you play your games on there?
no, I used to, but
Yeah.
no, it hasn't happened. Everything's gone in the games room now.
Everything's
so,
in the games room, it's pretty cool.
It's literally everything on the shelf, but since having a little girl, she's been running around for about 6 months and she just kept pressing buttons.
No modern system set up at all?
Not
No?
in here.
No,
not in
okay,
here.
everything's in its own games room.
Everything's literally, I've all locked away from the little girl because she's an absolute nightmare when it comes to
Well, do you know what, my little boy, when I had an Xbox, he used to stick his cheese in there. I used to find melted cheese all inside the Xbox.
Jesus,
So
that's not a good look for him.
Not at all, no, mate.
But no, as I say, I did have a few bits in here, but no, it's all gone. The last thing that went, I had a little coin-ops Xbox here.
Yeah,
look great on the big screen.
How do you find the coin-ops then? Do you use that a lot?
Not really. I'm stepping away from emulation.
Yeah.
But as I say, they're decent. They are decent for somebody who doesn't collect and wants to play the games. I don't think there's anything better. I mean,
yeah, it's good to find obscure games on it, isn't it? You've never played before.
Definitely. I mean, for things like C64, Amiga, anything like that, literally you can buy them little USB adapters for like £2. Chuck a USB keyboard in, all set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, I think they're brilliant for people that want to relive their youth
without
just a bit
spending
of nostalgia, an absolute fortune, because we both know how much these games
it's a very
cost.
expensive hobby, mate, isn't it?
And as I say, the coin-ops machine, I thought in here with a few mates, it's just sort of perfect on the big screen.
Yeah.
But as I say,
this is the sort of screen I want for my games room, actually, to play on my Wii U and the upcoming NX on.
Yeah.
I really do want a nice big screen like that.
Yeah.
Because I play a lot of modern games as well, you know?
Yeah. Well, I had a 50-inch plasma when we moved, because I've only lived here, it's coming up for 2 years, and the 50-inch plasma, it was massive and really heavy as the plasma was, because it's quite old. And we moved in here, obviously quite a new build. All this is all stud work.
Oh, right.
And I was never, without sort of taking the wall down and putting reinforcements up, I was never going to be able to put that TV on the wall. So literally, that literally stayed behind that sofa, and I ended up buying that new TV, and then I put the plasma in the game.
And that's all right on there, is it?
Oh yeah, they don't weigh anything. It's new TV. They don't weigh anything.
It's not a 4K one, is it?
It's not a 4K, but it's a decent. It is a decent TV. The one I was saying I put in the games room, that's now been upgraded to a 4K.
Okay.
So yeah,
that's so cheap now, aren't they? You can pick up a 4K for 600 quid or something.
It was about that, yeah. It was around that, around 600 quid. And that was, I think, there's a 4K.
But have they really got to that point where they're using it, the films and games at the moment?
Personally,
not really.
I haven't put anything 4K through it. I mean, it's there ready. It's 4K
it's ready to go.
But I mean, the pictures are so good anyway. I mean, my eyesight's not that amazing, so it's
look at him now. He looks like he's in your room, doesn't he?
Yeah, as I say, it's a decent.
Oh, it's Silverstone today, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, there's
what time does it start?
I imagine around sort of 1, 2 o'clock. It's quite everything's going on today, isn't it?
I know.
Final, Euro final.
Yeah.
And the British Grand Prix. It's all
sports
happening.
Day.
It's all happening.
Sports.
So yeah, that can.
But that's not what we're coming for, mate. We come to see your collection.
Let's go to the games room.
To the games room. So you've got a purpose-built games room, or is this like a garage?
It is a garage being converted. I've had to keep the front of the garage.
Big building.
And it's not the biggest. It'll give your viewers a few ideas as of space. Because I've got loads of space.
Oh, fantastic, mate.
But
it's similar sort of size to my games room.
It's well used.
Wow, this is very, very cool. Oh, mate, you've got everything in here, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all happening there. I never have anything. I never usually have everything turned on at the same time, and I imagine it might get quite.
It's quite warm,
being quite a muggy day anyway.
Wow, mate, fantastic.
But yeah, it's got everything I need, really.
Right, so straight away I've noticed you've got a lovely big screen in here. This is the one you had inside the house, is it?
No, as I say, this was. I upgraded the one that was in the house, but I literally I put studs all the way down, and I had that really heavy TV. But I have since upgraded because that TV was about 10 years old, and I say this one is 4K ready, 48 inch, I believe.
Yeah.
The only annoying thing was when I had the old plasma, it had big margins on it. I mean, it was a couple of inches bigger anyway, but it had big margins on it. So the actual TV was huge.
Yeah.
And
I know what I mean. It's the newer TV's just got a tiny little border line.
Tiny little border around it.
Makes a hell of a difference, doesn't it?
It made a difference because I had a plug there, and that was hidden by the old TV. And then when this TV came in,
you've got to hide it with your PSP.
I've got to hide it now because it was just bugging out.
Well, so you've got the Wii U set up on here. How did you find the Wii U then?
Yeah, I love it. Mario Kart 8, brilliant. Yeah,
brilliant game, isn't it?
Love a bit of Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
So I bought Splatoon because I heard a lot of good things about that, but I haven't actually played it yet.
I couldn't get into it myself.
You couldn't get into it?
I'm not really sort of that sort of a first-person shooter anyway. Those kind of online type of games. It just doesn't do it for me. But I can see why people did get into it.
Yeah.
It's quite a different approach for Nintendo to go down, but they've done it in a completely new way. You know,
just a fun way. I mean, I haven't actually put it in the machine yet, but I will literally over.
I played the hell out of Mario Kart 8. Absolutely love Mario Kart 8, and of course Smash Bros. I love.
Yeah.
On it, that's a brilliant game.
Yeah.
And then you've got your PS4 there as well, dude.
PS4, yeah. Again, hasn't had that much use. I went with Xbox because I was always Xbox anyway. But when the Xbox One came out, it just felt broken. It was just.
Yeah, a lot of people said that.
Oh,
the menu system's not so good, is it?
No, it seems to have sorted all its bugs out because I ended up selling the Xbox One, going PS4, and then I ended up just getting an Xbox One as well because all the bugs that seemed to be sorted out. And I quite like, again, with this setup. It's quite nice having the TV going through the Xbox because I've actually got a Skybox in here as well.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a similar size shaped room as mine, I guess. I said my cabs are down that end, like you've got your 3 there.
Yeah.
And where your sofa is here, I've got a red tent, which actually I'm going to get rid of.
You're going to get rid of it?
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of it.
Oh.
Well, the reason is because I want this kind of setup.
Yeah.
I've got all the games I want arcade-wise.
Okay.
All the games on the red tent I could play on the NES.
Yeah.
Except Balloon Fight is an exception.
Yes.
But I don't have that many people around to play it. And when you've got a machine that big and it doesn't get that much use, you've got to start thinking how to maximise such a small space.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I want this kind of setup as well because me and my daughter loves playing games as well.
Yeah.
We just can't. We've got nowhere to sit.
No.
So I mean, this is sort of an ideal setup, really.
That's it. I mean, I can't have any more cabs really. I was umming and ahhing about sort of chucking all this in the house and then having a few more cabs, but.
It's never ending, isn't it?
Never ending, yeah, and I don't think.
And do you know what? When I first started, I was just as happy with the amount of games I had with 2 or 3 arcade games as I am now with all these others. You know, you don't need loads of cabs.
No, exactly that. I mean, that's why I've gone with a couple of E-grids.
Right, so E-grids. So tell me a bit about these then, mate, because these are absolutely lovely. These are candy cabs, right?
Yeah, candy cabs. Absolutely awesome. I mean, they're really easy to rotate the monitors and things like that. But
so what size monitor you got in there?
That's 28 inch. 28
inch.
Yeah. Even though they are easy to rotate.
Yeah.
It's just so much easier having it there, ready.
Mate, it's awesome. I'd love something like that in my games, but it just wouldn't fit. I'd have to get rid of Donkey Kong or something. I just couldn't do that.
That's the trouble. I mean, I do love the dedicated.
Yeah.
But where you can only sort of play one or 2 games.
I know.
They're lovely to have.
Yeah.
And in some ways, I wish Arcade Club was closer.
Yes.
Because then I would feel I wouldn't need to, like, I wouldn't want to get rid of this, but you just think it sort of takes.
My good friend Retro Dave's just picked up one of these.
Yeah.
Awesome game.
Oh, I love it.
One of the only drives that I actually enjoy playing, actually.
Yeah. Same here. I'm not a massive Outrun fan, I'm not a massive Power Trip fan.
Mate. It's awesome.
It's a little bit scruffy in areas, but it's.
Yeah, Dave, what do you reckon of that, mate? Look, awesome.
I quite like the used look anyway, but this is an American cab.
Oh, is it?
This is the American cab.
So it's different than Dave's then, probably,
it's possibly different than Dave's.
More desirable, less of them around?
I'm not really sure. I mean, it depends which way you look at it. I mean, I prefer the artwork on the American.
Yeah.
Because I believe the English cab is, or the European cab's a little bit more plasticky.
Yeah,
some of the
it's
panels.
not straighter. You've got more angles in that one, I believe. If I'm right, I don't really.
And also, you'll have the gear stick on the other side being English as well. But
so, is that a dedicated that you'll always keep? Oh, is that a favourite of yours? Is it?
It is. Yes.
Yeah.
As I say, I've got some other cabs that I would absolutely love to have.
Like what?
But I'd love to have a tapper.
Tapper, yeah.
I'd love to have a tapper, and I'd love to have a Sinisteve as well.
Sinisteve, what after your name? Because you're Sinisteve on UK back.
Sinisteve.
Sinisteve, sorry, Sinisteve,
yeah. It's. I would love that.
Is that a game you played back in the day then?
I actually played it more on the home computers than the arcade.
I don't remember it, mate. I really don't. I don't remember it in the arcades or on the home system.
Okay.
You've got to play it. It's like one of those games that, as a kid, you used to get quite scared of.
It's a game, yeah, I suppose so, yeah. I mean, I think that's what's so epic about it, the actual Sinisteve, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what, just the sounds in it.
Synthesized speech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolutely awesome.
What year is that then, do you know?
It'd be
Probably
early 80s. Yeah,
the
early 80s. But, I mean, something I don't really look into everything about the game. I'm a game player at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I don't know the little things about it, but
No,
one thing I did find about it find out about it, funnily enough, at Nurg. I was at Nurg last week and they had one there.
Yeah.
And I never realised it was, I think it was a 48 or 49 way stick. So
Right.
it's not like a 4 and 8 way, so literally whichever way you point it, it goes.
Okay.
So it doesn't actually play that well in MAME. I've sort of
So it's
noticed
a bit
that
like,
since coming
is it
back.
a Monroe stick? Is that what it's got in it? Is it similar sort of thing?
Possibly.
Yeah, it's a bit
Monroe
like-
stick, that's the one like a
Well, it's like
a gyrus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not necessarily like that because it is still centred.
Yeah.
Whereas that is gyrus centred.
You go right round, don't you? But it's
Goes
centred,
right-
but it goes. Yeah, I don't know the mechanics of it, to be honest with you, but I know it's a unique stick.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah.
a unique stick, which I didn't even know about. I mean, I played it in MAME. I've never. Funny enough, I did think it was sort of harder than what I've sort of remembered it. But I suppose on the home computers, they would have allowed for an 8-way stick.
Yeah, what did you play it on the home computer?
C64.
C64, right.
Which again, it wasn't the best port in the world, but
Yeah.
that's all I had back then. And as I do remember playing it in the arcade, not necessarily. So I'm a little bit younger. I'm only 33, so it wouldn't have been.
You've got some nice little posters up here, mate, as well. Are these your favourite games?
Some of them, yes.
Or is it just, if you just picked it for the artwork, you like the artwork?
I mean, I love. I do love a bit of Moon Patrol.
Moon Patrol, yeah.
Again, more on the home computers than the arcade cab.
Yeah.
I think I missed some of them. I mean, Chase HQ was around when I was sort of in the between 10 and 11.
Yeah.
And that's how I remember playing Chase HQ a lot, and like things like Double Dragon, like the later 80s games.
Yeah.
But I did feel like I missed a lot of the early 80s games.
Yeah.
Things like Moon Patrol, I've got a. I remember playing more on the Dragon, and it was called Lunar Patrol.
Oh, okay. Dragon's an early system,
Dragon
though, isn't it?
32,
So,
yeah.
how old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
33.
33, okay.
Yeah.
So you're a good 11 years younger than I am.
Yeah.
So you did miss out on a hell of a lot back in the day. But a lot of the classics would have been around the arcade, like Asteroids, Space Invaders and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but a lot of the
still
more
around.
obscure stuff you would have missed out
I
on.
would have definitely missed out.
Because they would have
yes.
probably been chucked
They
up in
would
the
have,
other pit or something.
yeah, they were all thinning out by the time I was in the arcades around when I was sort of 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Maybe even earlier. I mean, my earliest memories of Chase HQ was with my brother, because my brother's a little bit older.
I like your signs up there, your neon signs. I've got a Nintendo one's quite similar.
Yeah, they came out really well. I haven't put them up that long. I just wanted a bit more light because
Posters up here, Double Dragon, Sonic 2, Monty on the Run. Remember that on the CPS Spectrum.
Oh, I love that game. I love the music.
Fighter.
Absolutely love the music.
Metal Slug, Call of Duty, big Call of Duty fan. You've got dartboard here,
Yeah, I don't know.
a bit of darts.
I might get rid of that. I don't. It doesn't really get used. It's more for when the family comes
What
round.
have you got here, mate? It's a little PVM, is it?
No, that's it's a Philips.
Philips?
CM 8833.
Okay, you've got
That's
Gradius
the Mark 1.
running in there.
You've got Gradius on the SNES running.
On the
there,
SNES.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then you've got another flat screen here, which is a very odd looking TV. I've never seen anything like it.
Absolutely love that thing. It's
Is that an early flat screen?
It's an early flat screen, yeah. I believe sort of early 2000s, I believe.
Right.
But you just don't see them in 4:3 format.
No.
And this has got
Great for those sort of games, isn't it?
well, that's VGA. That's a Dreamcast
Yeah.
running through VGA, but I've got a lot of consoles running through RGB to it, running through to the Extron. But the picture's not that amazing through RGB, I don't think. In fact, well, I know it's not.
Through VGA?
No, through RGB.
Oh,
it's
okay.
good, it's good through
better through
VGA.
VGA is a lot better, isn't it? Yeah.
But when you compare the two, sort of RGB, it won't come near that monitor.
What's that you got down there then? Oh, sort of amplifier or something?
Yeah, this is an Extron, so you can sort of select stuff when I can sort of remember what buttons do what.
Stuff you got in here, mate. It's well organised, very neat and tidy.
Yeah, I tell you
You
what.
like everything neat, don't you, in its place?
Definitely.
Like me.
There you go.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
you can
Yeah,
see,
you see the difference, yeah.
You can see the difference. The pictures, it's not bad, but not great.
Yeah, can you see that, guys? Look, there's the. Compared to that, it's a little bit blurred, isn't it?
A little bit blurred.
Sort of out of focus, but still.
It's decent,
isn't it?
yeah, decent for the size.
What you got in here then?
So we've got. This is these covers are lovely, by the way.
Wow.
This is
C64.
my C64 bread bin.
Wow,
I've got it's not the best condition. It's not bad. It's.
So you're running
it's
emulators
alright.
on there, I see?
That's the SD to EIC card, and that's the fast loader. They're brilliant with those. It definitely runs them quicker. But not only that, you can press 2 buttons and it goes straight into the front end. But I've got the little tape deck there as well.
Wow.
For when I want to wait for them to load. There got, this is the A1200.
Amiga. I never had one of these, and that's got some amazing games. People
Yeah.
are going to laugh. Why you've never had an Amiga?
Absolutely. I am more of a Commodore guy.
Are you?
I grew up with Commodores, yeah. Absolutely love that. That's running WHD load actually. That's got one of the old compact flash. So again, it's a little bit like emulation, but you can put floppy straight in.
Yeah. So you don't collect any games for that system?
Yeah,
you
they're all actually
we'll have a
behind
look at them in a bit.
Yeah. This is the Amiga 32.
Amiga 32, wow.
Love that.
That's got some fantastic games.
It's got some decent games on there. It's got a lot of rubbish ones as well, but there's a few that I really like on there.
Yeah.
Like the Super Frog version on the CD32 was better than the others. I think you could use you had two buttons where you could use one as jump and one as fire, which was a lot better than pressing up on the controller. And then I've got a modded Wii. Modded Wii. That looks really good.
For you?
Beeps, Brian.
Brian, yeah, he did mine as well.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
How do you find Sinclair animation on that? It's a bit difficult to get into.
I was never a specky.
Oh, yeah.
Never a specky. I was into nearly everything.
You haven't bothered going and have a look at it, have you?
No, well, the only thing I've everyone told me to check out Jetpack, which I checked out on the actually on the CoinOps machine.
Yeah.
And it was a decent game. But I think when you didn't grow up with them and you look at them now, and I'm going to get roasted for this, it just feels like a poor man's C64.
It's a lot of nostalgia.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. I go back to Sinclair Spectrum, it's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
You know, and I go back for nostalgia reasons.
Yeah.
I'm not really that interested in going back into every game, looking at every game, whatever was released on the system.
Yeah.
But I do find on the Super Nintendo, I love exploring new games. But the Sinclair Spectrum, I've kind of like done that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know? But it is a nostalgia thing for me to go back to.
If there's anything, I don't know if the C64 is just better, but I've played all the games that I didn't play back in the day on the C64 that are so playable today. So I'm sure they're out there.
I'm sure there are
for the Spectrum. But I do know what you mean. Like it's much easier to go back to an older game that you didn't play on the SNES when you did graphics and quicker gameplay than it is back on the Spectrum. But as I say, these modded Wii runs to this through RGB, which actually does look really good. It's a really good picture via RGB.
That's superb.
Really decent picture.
Yeah.
And again, as I said earlier, I'm trying to sort of come away from emulation, but
when there's games that are going over 500 quid, you can't not have emulation because you want to play them.
Yeah,
there's no way. What warrants? Everyone's got their bar they won't go above. Yeah. You know, of a certain price. Right.
Exactly.
That is just too much. There's no way I'm going to pay £1,000, for example, for a Metal Slug on AES or whatever.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No, then you've got to go down the emulation. Also, like with me, because I'm just a Nintendo collector.
Yeah.
Also, doesn't mean I don't like games from other consoles. I still want to play them, but I'm not going to start collecting for every system.
You're not going to spend
so, you know, emulation for me is the only way to get to play these games. Everyone uses it.
Yeah,
you know,
not only that, I mean, I've got an NES set up in here, but it's only running through composite, and it runs to that monitor. And when you compare them both, the emulation looks better. It might not play. It might play exactly the same. I haven't really gone into the nuts and bolts of it, but it just looks. It looks so good. The picture is awesome. Like you said, Balloon Fight earlier, it looks awesome on that.
It does.
Through that modded Wii, it looks amazing.
Yeah. So what else you got in there down here in these cupboards, secret cupboards?
As I say, I've got the modded Wii and the 360. They run one's RGB. As I say, it's just a modded Wii, and this one I've got this running through VGA just for some shooters where I can take the monitor quite easily. Yeah. Because I've got another Xbox 360 here, which is literally just for here. This is the one I've had since sort of day one. Well, not day one, but when the newer Slim came out. But
your SNES is in there.
So I've got my SNES, my NES, my N64, another Wii. Again, that's running through a HDMI cable. It's you can get like a HDMI adapter, which apparently upscales it to 720. I couldn't see that much of a difference.
No.
But yeah, it looks pretty good. And obviously the Wii U's down there.
Wow.
But they're all set up and ready to play.
All set up, ready to go. Just at the turn of a switch.
On the turn of a switch and a few buttons. I don't know if you've noticed a few of my geeky little labels just to remind me.
Mate,
what
I can't believe how well organised you've got it in here.
As I say,
it's accessible, isn't it? Everything's accessible
and that's
here.
exactly what I was looking for. I mean,
It's nothing worth loads of cables laying around.
Exactly
have
that.
to pull plugs out to plug another system in.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
No, it's great. What you got in the other cupboard there?
In the other cupboard we have we've got PS2, the Atari 2600, Dreamcast, which isn't in the best condition, but it's working.
It's working.
And the original Mega Drive at the bottom.
Wow, so it's not. I can't see any systems that you are missing, really.
Well,
you've got all the best favourite ones.
Yeah,
I'd say
so. I've never been into PC Engine, so
no.
Yeah, that.
Not even tempted.
Again, it's one of those things because I never had it back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, all these machines I've played, whether it was around friends or whether I've had them, I've always been into them, and a bit like an Atari Lynx that I ended up letting go. I bought it and then just didn't play it, and I thought it's just pointless, so I ended up letting it go. And I think the PC Engine might be like that for me. Yeah. Possibly. I
like it. There's a lot of games, but there's no one to stop collectibles, isn't it?
I mean,
the system's quite expensive,
they're
isn't it?
Really decent arcade ports.
Yeah. It's still, for me, there's still tons of Nintendo games I want to get. Yeah. For the SNES, for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah. You know, I just couldn't warrant starting another collection as well of the games that I want.
I don't blame you.
Here you've got. You like your handhelds. You've got a Firefox. To me, that is one of the best tabletop games ever made.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome game. You've got Top Gun there, a few LED ones, LCD ones, 3DS, Vectrex in a special. Is that original cover?
It's not original cover. No, this is a guy. I can't remember his name, but it's Retro Protect.
I've heard of it.
He does.
For a pilot.
It's awesome. That's a new homebrew Vectrex game.
Time Pilot.
Yeah, it's a Time Pilot clone.
Fantastic.
It's awesome.
Really? I'll have to have a go on that then.
How to fit so much into Vectrex.
Are they still available to buy?
Yeah, he's still got them.
How much do they go for?
I can't remember where they come from. I think it was about 45 quid delivered.
45 quid. I've got to get a Vectrex. It's one thing I want to get.
I can't remember where it come from. It's somewhere in Europe. And that's another game I still haven't played. I've got Paper Mario. Mario.
I liked it. I didn't play it that much. I still prefer going back to the original, to be honest with you.
Still haven't even opened it.
Yeah, but it is good. It is good.
So many things I want to
play. Yeah, got little Tomitronics 3D.
I love them things, yeah.
We used to have the Shark Attack one, which was really cool.
Yeah, they're really good. Really like them.
You've got a DS up here, a blue one. I used to have the blue one and a 3DS.
Yeah.
Okay, and what you got in these little cupboards here? More games?
I've got a few
Dreamcast games?
Yeah, I've got a few Dreamcast games. And
so look at the Dreamcast. We've got 3DS first. We've got all the Mario Kart 7, Sonic Generations. I haven't got that one. Resident Evil, played that, finished that. Brilliant game. Yeah. Doodle Jump. They made an arcade game out of that.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was a bit. I remember playing it, but it was on.
There's not much to it, is there? But I mean, it's quite fun, I suppose.
It's a great game on your phone, but yeah, they.
Dreamcast games, Crazy Taxi, Virtua Fighter, Street Fighter, Mr. Driller, Gunbird, Power Stone. Oh, that's a classic game, isn't it? That is really, really good. Again, I used to have a few Dreamcasts. I sold them just so I could get more SNES games. Resident Evil, Code Veronica, Shenmue. That goes for a pretty penny nowadays, doesn't it? Classic game. Do you think they're going to do a remake of that?
I keep saying that.
Keep saying
we'll see. Yeah, it's always rumours. I think someone will one day.
PSP games, Sega Mega Drive collection. What about the PS Vita? Have you bothered with that at all?
I've actually got one on the way.
Have you? Because I'll tell you what, there's some really good games on the PS Vita. I've been watching a few videos recently.
Yeah, same here.
Some really, I think a lot of those games are going to be very collectible.
Well, I've been on, when I'm on PS Plus, PS Plus on the PlayStation, they do them free games every month. And what I've been doing, I've just been putting them in the cart, so when it comes, I can just sort of download them, but I know the memory cards are quite expensive. Yeah. So I'm going to have to get a decent one just to fit a lot of the stuff on there. But I'm looking forward to having a little go on it and see what it's about.
Right in this cupboard here,
go for it.
Xbox One, so we've got Wii U games.
Yeah.
Super Mario World, Super Mario Brothers, not that many.
There's some decent ones in there.
Xbox One games. Halo, FIFA. A few PS1 games, PS4. It's Last of Us. See, I've just recently got a PS3, so I'm going to have to play this on the PS3. It's supposed to be brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. I started it and it was decent.
Yeah.
It's just getting time to play even more. I keep thinking about ordering Uncharted, new Uncharted, because everyone's saying how great that is.
Yeah, Mega Drive games.
But this is sort of, this cabinet's a bit sort of overspill from
your main one?
Over
Oh,
here,
okay.
yeah. But I've even had to start putting the games up the loft where...
Really? You've got that
just
many? So
running out
this
of
is the
room.
main cupboard of games in over here, is it?
This is...
Open it up then, dude. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. Look at this. Well organised. Fantastic. Wow. That is a lot of games, mate.
As I say, these are the ones that just sort of stay here that I will just pick up and...
So let's have a look at the top row then. We got a few Super Nintendo games up there and N64. Any favourites for you?
N64... GoldenEye, I still love it.
GoldenEye?
But I do prefer multiplayer, like back in the day.
Yeah. We've got Zelda. Which one's that?
It's Link to the Past, isn't it?
Is that Link to the Past?
Yeah,
Link to the Past.
That's American,
That's the American one.
Yeah.
So you just collecting any really, American or PAL, whatever comes up.
Whatever came up, yeah. I mean, I was always sort of buying bundles and things like that, so...
that is a favourite of mine, Overkill. What a fantastic game that is. I've got the gun as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was the great thing about this plasma.
Well, do you know, I was just going to say, right, that is one game I have a mate come over and we play and we just have so much fun.
Yeah.
And I can't do it because my setup in my games room doesn't allow me to. So I'll just have the sofa, that on the main screen, it'd be absolutely awesome.
Yeah,
I love that game.
It's really decent.
So much fun. Guys, if you haven't checked this out, House of Dead Overkill, absolutely brilliant. What's that one? Oh, that's a DVD, is it?
That came with the 25th anniversary.
What?
Mario Kart Wii, this one.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, don't remember
It's just
that.
like a remake of...
You've got Mega Man collections there. Clash of Titans. Taito Legends. Loads of PS2 games. And of course NES. Wow, you've got some Mega Man here. Kid Icarus, fantastic game.
Awesome game.
Adventure Island Part 2, it's good fun. Zelda. What else we've got? Any standout ones you can see? RC Pro-Am, I haven't even played that yet, you know.
I mean, I love the Mega Man's first couple of
Mega Mans, yeah.
and I love Balloon Fight, which I believe is still in my NES.
Yeah, a few box ones there. Does that go for a lot now, Mega Man 2 boxed? Is that an expensive game?
No, I think that's probably the most common one.
Sure,
Mega
the
Man
cheapest
2.
one, yeah.
It's probably one of the best, probably the best one.
Some more Mega Drive games, Road Rash, Classic, Earthworm Jim, Speedball 2, wow.
Awesome game.
What a brilliant game
I'm a little
that
bit
is.
biased, the Amiga version was better.
Was it? I've got the Game Boy Advance version, it's actually alright. Toe Jam and L.
Dick Tracy, that's underrated.
Is it?
Really decent game.
Dick Tracy, isn't
Really
it?
decent. I absolutely, that's one of my favourites. It's. I've never watched the film, but it's like Shinobi. The mechanics of it is very like Shinobi.
What the hell? Fix It Felix?
That's
must be a new
like
game,
a
is it?
clone. Yeah, it's like a clone
Oh,
card.
do you know what? I hate that game.
Really?
I fucking hate it, yeah. Oh, I hate the cabinet as well. So horrible.
Yeah. Love the film though.
Oh. That I really wanted to get into. That's almost like a bit like Blood Bowl, isn't it?
Yeah, they had a few Mutant League. I think they
Yeah.
have hockey. I think
popular, isn't it?
that one's the more common one. I think hockey's worth a fortune.
360 games. Tekken 6, Mortal Kombat. There's some bloody good games on the 360 actually. A lot of shoot 'em ups, isn't there?
Yeah.
I see you've got Dodonpachi and AK Katana.
I bought 4 of them quite recently. I've played Death Smiles, but
Death
I'd say
Smiles.
3 of them are still, I think 2 or 3
I used to
of them
have it, it's alright. I don't know.
It's
I'll have to play it
random.
again.
Some of the bosses
Yeah,
are
it is
so
random, yeah.
But
It's all about getting big points though, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got a load of PC games here, mate, as well, haven't
That's
you?
Amiga.
Oh, Amiga, is it?
That's Amiga, yeah.
So it just shows you how much I know. It's just something I never got into.
Yeah. No, I
Got
love
that on the
I
SNES.
love some of the
Elite
Amiga
Frontier, brilliant game.
games. Moonstone, that's worth quite a bit. That's one of
Is
the
it?
rarer games. Yeah. That's
What's that, an
nothing-
RPG then, is it?
like an action RPG, I suppose.
Yeah. Pinball Dreams. I'm sure that's on a cart of some sort, isn't it?
Pinball Fancies is on the SNES.
Yeah.
And it's an awful version. I know
Is
you
it?
love your. I know you love your Super Nintendo, but
Yeah.
honestly, when you play Pinball Fancies on there, and
Oh, I
on your
know.
Amiga,
I mean, there are some terrible ports on the SNES.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Some real awful stuff. More, what are these games? This is more Amiga.
Yep, more Amiga.
More Amiga. I
Yeah,
love the
that's all
boxes
Amiga.
though. They take up so much room,
Yeah,
don't they?
take up loads of them. Like, funny enough, like a lot of my ones from back in the day, I used to have all the boxes under my bed, and
Yeah.
I ended up chucking them all. I ended up
Really?
chucking all of them, and
Just-
it wasn't until sort of probably about 12 years ago I started getting all my collection back.
Yes. Are they quite collectible then? They go for a lot of money. I've got no idea.
Some of them more than others. I mean, like, I remember again, sort of 10 years ago, you can pick them up for barely anything.
Yeah.
But you see them now, and you go on eBay and you look at. You don't really see as much on there. Like you used to be able to buy like big bundles, but people just want big money for them.
Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? I like the tubing. I was chatting to the guys. Oh, look, there's two great games there.
Yeah.
The guys at the barcade last night, I said, the game that you need to get in the bar is tubing. Let me just show you guys, look. If you haven't played this in the arcade, or even on, I think it's on most systems, isn't it?
I think so.
There's
yeah.
a picture of the arcade on the back there. That is such an awesome arcade. So it's got,
They had one at Nerdglass where
did they?
Yeah.
The marquee rotates, it's got like a waterfall effect on the top. Really good two-player. It's just buttons, isn't it? No
Yeah,
joysticks.
No joystick, all buttons.
Really, really love that game.
Not the best port on the Amiga. The
No.
APB's decent on the Amiga.
Was it Taito that done that, or Midway? I can't remember now. I'm sure it's on one of those Taito classics
Okay.
on the PS2. So C64 games down here.
A few C64, a few in television.
Gauntlets, Buggy Boy.
Awesome game.
Oh man, that is such a good game.
That's the Amiga version of it.
We had that in the arcade back where I live. Brilliant game.
Love that game. Absolutely love that
I think
game.
James has got that, hasn't he, Buggy Boy? Sure he has. Kung Fu Master 720. Loads of Intellivision. Never got into that system. Loads of loose SNES games down here. It's probably a bit dark for you guys to see. And all loose, but you got anything special in there we might want to see, or
I mean, Super Metroid's in there.
Super Metroid, yeah,
Decent.
and loads more Commodore games. Wow, man, that's some cabinet. I'll just come back right here so you guys can see it. Look at that. Really, really cool. Wow. Well, it's a fantastic room, Steve. It really, really is.
Cheers. I say just.
It's all accessible, isn't it? It's what I like.
Yeah, you just keep adding things and.
Well, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the camera up, so I want to play that Chase HQ, and I've got to play on the Egret as well. So let's set the camera up and we'll have a little game of Chase HQ. Watch you play it, actually, might be quite good fun. No, I want you to watch you play it first. And tell me a little bit about, because this is your dedicated cab.
Yeah.
Is this a favourite cab of yours, a favourite game?
Definitely.
One you played back in the day?
Definitely want to play one back in the day.
Yeah.
Thing is, I don't want to complete it. I'm not that great at it.
Yeah.
But I don't want to complete it because I think once you complete it, will I still want it?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's.
Are you that good though? Do you think you could beat it?
Played it enough.
What,
Yeah.
tell me about, so how many tracks are there? What's
There's
the
five
object?
levels.
5 levels.
5 levels. And yeah, it's a pretty simple game. It's quite a short game.
Yeah.
I think
You've got to bash the other cars off the road, haven't
exactly
you?
that. Literally, you just got to catch up with this guy here. There's the little radar.
A little meter on the right side.
We're catching up with a white dot,
Yeah.
and the distance in the top right hand corner going down.
So different.
So you got so much time to catch hold of him, and then as soon as you've caught hold of him, the timer goes back up to
You don't
59.
shoot in this game.
No,
Which
that's
one's
that was is it crime scene investigation or what?
Oh,
that one
that's
was, I think it was
what I'm
sort
getting
of
confused with. 'Cause
an unofficial.
yeah, the
Chase HQ
Spectrum,
too.
the SNES version is kind of like a cross between this and that one, isn't
Yeah.
it? Criminal investigation.
I'm sure is it CSI or
Yeah, CSI. Special Criminal Investigation.
That's the one. That is the one. But I'm not a huge fan of that one. It's awful sounds in it. Really annoying sounds.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So you got your little turbos on the gear stick. You get 3 of them down here.
Got a gear stick going on down there. Like the marquees fashion.
Yeah, it's funny enough. This board, there's something with the schematics on this board that keeps them flashing at all times.
Yeah.
I've got a spare board for this that's a little bit grubby that I've taken out. But that board, you put that in, and the actual marquee light will come on, and these will only come on when you're in pursuit,
right.
which is actually better. But as I say, that's on the other. That's on the other board, which as I say, it's actually up in the loft. I should have put that in there.
Yeah. So what year is this thing, Steve?
88.
88.
This one. But as I say, I don't think there's any real differences between the the English cab. As I say, it's it's the same game.
Yeah.
And I think the lights do exactly the same thing.
Where did you pick this cab up from?
I picked it up. Where was it? It was up in Lincolnshire, Lincoln. And it wasn't that long ago. I got it at a really decent price. I got it in about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think then with the spare board, both one board wasn't working. This board wasn't working. This was the cleaner board, but had a graphics glitch. I sent it off to get it fixed. Come back, absolutely fine. So that's why I've just been using it since.
Yeah.
I think it cost me $260. I think it was.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not bad. I mean, bear in mind, 3 years ago, I think the price of games in the last 2 years have just gone crazy.
Yeah. Well, they're just getting harder to find, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. Well, I think they're sort of going into people's hands that just don't want to get rid of them.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we're all holders, whether we like to admit it.
I think a lot of cabs that do go up for sale just go change hands in between collectors. They don't even hit eBay, do they?
Exactly.
People know, we can trust this guy, I'd rather sell it to him than just stick it on eBay and get a load of trouble from someone who doesn't really understand what arcades are about, you know.
Exactly that. And that's I was quite lucky that this was actually an eBay cab, which I'm so surprised with.
Yeah. I love the way the blokes go flying out the car.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
It's a great game.
Awesome game.
It's fantastic. Well, thanks for showing us that, mate.
Absolutely love this game.
It's awesome. Now then, what else should we play? I'll tell you what I'd like to play is your Vectrex, the Time Pilot.
Yeah.
Do you mind setting it up?
Yeah, I can set that up. Not a problem.
Right, this is Time Pilot, or Vector Pilot for the Vectrex. First time I've ever played this, guys. I look at the overlay. It's amazing, isn't it? The amount of effort they've gone into this game. Got its own soundtrack as well. It's different. That's not the arcade version, is it? So I'll just press player one.
One of the buttons will start it.
Okay. Ooh.
That's demo mode.
Demo.
Yeah. Press 4. There we go. It'll start up. There you go.
Right. Okay. Oh, all playing.
There you go. One player, do you?
Oh, it's got the same music. Which one's fire?
The music stops. There you go. You're in. Well, you're in.
Which
See
one's...
that goes. There you go.
Oh, that's it. Oh man. That's amazing.
For the Vectrex,
it's
by far. I mean, I love some of the old Vector games. And there's a bit of slowdown to it, but
that's incredible, dude.
I think the most impressive thing is the parallax scrolling.
Yeah.
The clouds.
So who developed this then?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Christoph something.
Oh, crashed. Can you see that, guys? Just move the camera a bit more. See it? So cool. I've got to get one of these.
Yeah, Christoph Tux, that was it. Really nice guy.
So smooth as well.
It plays really well, as I say. But
has it got all the levels in? Is the arcade?
Yeah, and a few surprises as well.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you're looking to get it, I won't spoil any surprises.
No. See if I can get past this level first. Extra life, is it?
Yeah.
What is the balloon ship? Yes, done it. So we've got planes again, biplanes there, isn't it? I think the overlays looks really cool.
Personally, I think the Vectors pop more without it.
Yeah.
I mean, you can actually
take it off then, just show the guys a bit off. Right. Yeah, you get that glow, don't you?
Yeah, you just get that Vector glow. But it's really clever what they've done, because you can see the meter at the top.
Yeah.
Of how far you got to get before the boss comes out.
Oh yeah.
Basically, the colours change on the overlay. I think it needs configuring. It doesn't take long to configure where it goes.
I would say is it's tiring bashing this button. Oh. Oh, it's tiring. I use a different phone. It's brilliant though, I'm really enjoying this.
Yes, really decent port.
There's quite a few games for Vectrex now, aren't there? I mean, there's quite a little library going.
Yeah, there's a lot of homebrews coming out.
Yeah.
I mean, that Gravitrex, that Gravitar port, really decent. Rock hard like the original. But yeah, I love the Vectrex, I really do. It's for its
just
time.
unique, mate. There's nothing else like it, is there?
No, to have a proper vector monitor in there.
So we've got helicopters now. They have home missiles, is that right?
Yeah, they're the ones, yeah.
Oh man.
But how somebody's fitted all this onto a Vectrex car, it's unbelievable when you think.
I used to have Spike, do you remember Spike?
Spike, yeah, I've got Spike. That's decent, I quite like the speech on it.
Yeah, subsidised speech. What's life? Oh!
And what makes this one a little bit harder to the arcade, the screen display is smaller.
Yeah.
So you don't seem to have as much time to manoeuvre, but it's. I think this year I put more hours into this game than probably anything else.
This, then?
I have looped it, or did I loop? Where did I get to? I can't remember if it loops or not. I'm pretty sure it does loop, but I remember getting to. So I don't want to spoil the surprise. It's one of the. I'm guessing the last level. It's quite a decent Vectrex surprise.
Oh. Can you die after you shot that?
I'm not sure. I wouldn't have risked it.
What we've got now should be jets.
Jets are home towards
No, I think the overlay adds a bit of depth to it. I do like it for some games, like something like Asteroids, or was it the Asteroids claim on this? I'm preferring this normal vector.
Yeah, like Mindstorm.
Yeah, Mindstorm, yeah.
Yeah, I must admit I like that, just the black and white, but...
Oh man, what's into that one?
Yeah, no, it looks decent. Both
brilliant,
of it, yes.
Absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely, like blown away by it.
Right, Steve, so I just want to ask you a few questions before I go. How did you get into gaming? What was your first experience? Was it in the arcades or was it at home?
It was definitely at home. I say my dad back in the day had in television. That was the first thing we got. Bear in mind, I wasn't even born then.
So is your dad still a gamer?
He's not. He's a gadget man, and he always has been. He's never been a gamer.
Yeah.
He's never been a gamer, but he's always been a gadget man. So anything when something new comes out, he's got to have it. So
yeah, my dad was never into gaming. Always looked at my computer as something really stupid.
Yeah. Oh, my dad does that now. He comes here. I mean, he likes looking around, but he's like, "What have you done in here?" But
I blame you, Dad.
Yeah, it is his fault, 100%. He was the one that, as I say, before I was born, he had the television, and then went on to the Dragon 32, and then the C64, and it just sort of went from there. And then, as I say,
I don't know anyone that had a Dragon 32 growing up.
I've still got. I mean, some of the games in there. I still play them now, and I've got. I don't have it set up all the time, that or the television, but I can still play it for the memories. There's still some white games for it.
Fantastic. What about the arcades? What was your first memory of the arcade?
We used to. My mum and dad used to have a caravan, and we used to just go up the road at Laysdown, which we never had to go. We never could go far because my big brother and my big sister they had car sick, so we could never go holiday far away, and it was always in Laysdown. I remember back in the day. Laysdown was brilliant for arcades. I mean, you go there now and you can see obviously where all the arcades were, and there's loads of them. Nothing in there now, but you could see where they were.
So, what was the first game you were drawn to back in those days.
Double Dragon. That was the one me and my brother played a lot. I mean, my brother's like 9 years older than me, so he used to just smash me out. We'd usually just coin feed it, get to the end, and then he would just kill me to get the girl. Pretty annoying. But Chase HQ, I remember playing that a lot with my brother. We used to again have competitions of whoever gets the furthest gets to actually drive the Dodgems. Or the old bumper cars. Again, I don't think I ever won. I don't think I was allowed on them on my own, to be honest. I think that's why I used to say it. But
there's a lot of good times.
A lot of good times, and Street Fighter. I remember Street Fighter 2 as well. Yeah. Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat.
At the time, I was getting out of it.
Yeah, that was probably a couple of years after. I remember when they started coming in. It was like, oh my god, them games are amazing. I do like the old fighters as well.
Yeah, so it's about sort of 87 towards the end of the 80s, isn't it? When I just sort of left school. I was getting out of the arcades and kind of felt like I'd done it.
Yeah.
I had the Spectrum as well. So when you've got to a point where now you've got a few arcades in here.
Yeah. It's.
Did you realise at some point, I can own an arcade machine. I've got a space.
I think that's why it's become so popular now.
Yeah.
It's
because our age group has reached a time where we've got a house,
got money, got space, and then you just want to relive. Because I've always been nostalgic. I think that's what a lot of it is nostalgia.
Yeah, it is.
Because I mean, with the Egrets, I was never nostalgic about them, but you just sort of realise that actually there's not. It's just a really good way to play games because the monitors are so big.
I don't own one of these. I've worn them a lot more in the last year, actually.
Yeah. Because I remember saying I've got no love for them.
I am a gamer, I'm not just a collector. I love to play all types of games, not just Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And some of my favourite games, like Juno First, just been playing that. Just got a really good score, first go on this, and I just found the joystick really easy, and the setup, the height, everything is just perfect.
Yeah.
So for me, this would be quite a cool main cabinet to have.
It's perfect. I mean, this game's in everything in here it has got some good ideas for space, and I don't think you'll find much better setup. Obviously, you could have all the dedicated cabs, but obviously you need room for them. We'd all love the room.
Yeah.
But as a setup, you've got obviously horizontal and vertical, and these are really easy to rotate.
They're clean and they look lovely, don't they? I do like the old Woodies.
Yeah, same here.
You know,
I must admit.
I had a Punch Out, and that was in a smoker's house for years, and I couldn't get the smell out of it.
Yeah.
It just absolutely stunk. Some people say that adds to the kind of fantasy of it all,
but if it's in your house, you don't really
know.
want it. Yeah, you don't really want it in your house.
No, absolutely stunk. But I mean, this is really, really cool, and these set you back quite a bit of money, but they do look the business, mate, don't they?
I think with most arcade stuff now, the only way you're going to lose money is if they sort of go wrong and they can't be fixed. But other than that, I think we'll all get bored of things at some point, and you sort of move them on, and then something else can come in. You enjoy that. It's as if like you pay all this money to sort of you're just renting it until you find something else you maybe want. But at the moment, I'm really happy with.
I think you have, because it's just a perfect setup here.
Yeah.
I mean, you might swap and change that you're dedicated, which you can do, but I think you should always keep these.
Yeah, as long as
you'll always keep your consoles, because obviously you can change all the games within them.
Exactly.
But people do tend to sort of swap around the dedicators a lot, because you can only play one game.
You can only play one game, exactly. And that's what I was saying earlier about I never really want to complete it, and then that sounds sad to have a game that you don't want to complete. But I think once I've completed it, and I know it's not the hardest game.
Right.
I think it was Ollie. He put a video on. I think it was only about 12 minutes long, something like that, of him completing it.
Oh right, it's not that long, then, is it?
Yeah, it's not
a
long game.
To even get a kill screen, I don't think I'll ever do in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Unless I put the practice in, but I can't ever see it. So that game for me, Donkey Kong, is just a game that it's got such a high level of difficulty to get there.
Oh, definitely.
I can't ever see myself. It's got so much replay value. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Exactly that, and
And every game's different. A bit like a pinball machine. Fancy any pinball machines?
I haven't got the space. I wouldn't mind one. I wouldn't mind them, because I do like them, but it's just space. It's just space for pins, and they are so much money as well.
Yeah.
Ridiculous money. But no, they are decent.
Yeah.
Definitely. As I say, no glass week, played a few. Also,
so your favourite you were saying was Double Dragon. Any other
Double
favourites?
Dragon, obviously Chase HQ.
Chase HQ.
What do I usually look for? Time Pilot, absolutely love Time Pilot.
Good,
again, not that great. Obviously, Sinisteve.
Any games that you've come across in MAME that you found interesting recently?
Again, 10 Pence Podcasts.
Yeah.
some of the games on there. I mean, there was a game on there, Uncle Poo. Did you play that?
Yeah, it was awful.
You thought that was awful? I tell you what, with different marketing, I think that would have been a classic.
Yeah. No,
I tell you what, I like playing a game. I don't know, pick up and play, and just a game you don't know of, and you play, and you're like, oh my god, this is really decent.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say Uncle Poo's up there as my favourite, but it just sort of gets you playing games.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of games are like that in the arcade, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know, obviously back in that day, it was meant to grab your quarters.
Yeah.
If that game was in a lineup of, you know, Space Invaders, Donkey Kong, Gallagher, I wouldn't bother putting any money in it.
Of course you wouldn't.
You know, that was the kind of point I was playing. Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you have got limited time, it's not probably a game I'll go back to. But it's nice that, you know, the 10 Pence Arcade podcast present a game like that to you that you've never played before.
And you can
just check it out, because obviously everyone's taste is different.
Oh, of course it is.
You know,
Definitely.
Some people prefer shooters or platformers or puzzle games.
Yeah.
It's more of a puzzle game, isn't it? Uncle Poo. Uncle Poo is on about. If you haven't checked it out, guys, it's on main. Uncle Poo. It's a kind of puzzle game.
Well, it's literally just side-scrolling, and you've just got to collect all the money bags.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember of a game that's quite similar to a game on the Nintendo, an in-house Nintendo game called Devil's something.
Okay.
But I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I've seen that type of game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what I can compare it to, but as I say, the mechanics are solid. As I say, it's just obviously you're shooting backwards rather than forwards, and I thought it was alright. I wouldn't write home about it, but I do like, as I say, finding new games. I'm like, oh my god, I've missed this, and going back and playing.
What about the going forward? Then new games. You carry on collecting for all the latest systems.
Yeah.
You like collecting for those sort of consoles?
As I say, I mean,
You're not really a collector as such.
Not really. As I say, I don't think I've ever bought a game that I don't want to play, and I think collectors will buy games to sort of shelf porn, really. Whereas, as I say,
Retro Dave, listening, shelf porn. He invented that word.
Exactly, and admittedly, you're looking and you think, oh my god, I'd love to have them, but personally, I've never bought a game that I've never had no intention of playing, and as I say, I know I've got some bad games.
Yes.
And as I say, I've got some games I haven't played yet, but I've got all intention of getting around to them.
I do get to play. I am a gamer and I am a collector. And I love collecting for it. I love all the artwork. I think it's because it goes back to a time when I was a paper boy. My £10 a week I got from my paper round always went towards a new game. I couldn't wait to buy a new game. I've been buying games since I was 8, 9 years old.
It is.
And it's just kind of like buying records. I don't buy records anymore because that medium to me just doesn't exist anymore. But games is something different. You can't. It's just having the physical thing, the manual, seeing all the graphics, the sprites, the effort that so many different professionals have put into the whole package. You know, the artwork and everything, and that for me is all part of the hobby, the artwork and such.
They're quite addictive as well.
I mean, just like your Vector pilot. The box, I wouldn't want it on an SD card or
it's
emulation.
Just nice having
I want to have
in
the
your
box.
hand.
That is a good game. I want the box.
Exactly
I want the manual. I want to get it out and load it up. And that just goes back to the beginnings. You know, when I first bought Secret Spectrum games.
I think all my favourite games I've got physical copies of. I've got quite a few machines that emulate. I've got a Coin Ops machine. I've got the modded Wii. But I've also got an original Xbox with original Xbox games I like. And obviously original Wii games I like as well, and it's just nice having the physical copies and everything.
I love going up to the arcade club and playing on the original cabs. You can't beat that.
No.
Even Donkey Kong. You can play on the ears, probably plays exactly the same. But playing an actual machine, looking at all the artwork, looking into the cabinet, and something special.
Oh, definitely. You know? And that's as I say, these games are pretty good in main. But you won't beat the original thing.
So any changes to the game room going forward, or you're quite happy with the setup?
This is what it's going to be for a while now. I think there's a couple of little bits. I would love to RGB mod the NES. So that can go through there rather than come through the console.
Can you RGB the mod?
You can, you can RGB.
You can do that.
Yeah, you can RGB mod the NES.
RGB, sorry, you can do that. I'm thinking of. What am I thinking of? VGA.
Yeah, no, definitely wouldn't mind RGB in the NES because at the moment I've got. I'll probably end up getting another extra one because I've got like 8 inputs for that. I'm only using 5 of them, but I want.
Are they expensive then, those things?
Not really, no. They're again, I don't know if it's really dead technology or
so it's just like a big SCART socket then,
It's not Scott, it's BNC.
Right, yeah.
So you know the broadcasting equipment.
Right, I wouldn't.
You know what, like PVMs and BVMs.
Okay, it comes with that package.
Yeah, it's all like broadcasting sort of equipment.
Right.
So you have to. I mean, it becomes quite expensive because you need you do BNC to SCART.
Right.
But some of the SCARTs need like sync strip and
I guess a little bit
soldering.
complicated.
Yeah, it can definitely be complicated.
Yeah.
But and anything going through there can only run anything that's RGB, so you can't just put any sort of SCART in there.
Okay.
You just wouldn't
It's a
get
nice
a
bit of
picture
kit,
out.
mate.
But it's at the moment I've only got five things running through that extra, and I wouldn't mind getting the Amigas running through there. I've ordered another couple of cables. But then, as I say, as soon as I've got 3 Amigas going in there, then that's my 8, and I'm thinking actually I can get another one that's the same size as that and have 12 inputs, and then I can have the NES going through there as well, because at least then, cause obviously you can see the switches that are about.
Yeah, I mean, I've got one of those SCART sockets, and to be honest with you, sometimes if you don't get the right connection, it flickers.
Yeah.
It's not always best.
Exactly.
Right.
So I'd rather keep it as simple as I can, having sort of one switcher.
Yeah.
And have everything going through that. So they're the only minor changes, but I've sort of run out of room now. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a bit more storage for games, because I've got plenty of games in up the loft as well. Well, not plenty. I've got quite a few like PS2 titles that have gone up there, and obviously all my boxes for the games and everything. Yeah. All that sort of.
Well, it's fantastic, mate. And thanks very much for
no problems, Alex.
Showing us around your games room.
Nice,
it's been really, really cool.
Definitely.
Cheers, buddy.
No problem.
Thanks very much. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Games Room tour. Steve, I want to thank you very much for showing us around and letting me hang out there for the day. I really did enjoy it, mate. It was a fantastic time. Even though it was a little bit warm in there, he had everything on. It soon warms up, like it does in here. He's got everything on, but you know, you've got to showcase everything when it's on film, and he certainly did a good job of that. Everything looked in its place, very streamlined. I think it has to be when you've got such a small space. Okay, quite a lot of emulation, but you know, if you haven't got the space for all these games, you're going to have to at some point go the emulation route. There's nothing wrong with that. And Steve, the way you had it all laid out, I think hats off to you, mate. You've done a really good job of putting everything in its place. You know, it's easy access to every game, every console, and that is really, really cool. I like that. You can just get in there and go, right, I'm going to play this today, and it's accessible. You can play it straight away. And that's really, really cool. There's nothing worse than not being able to get to a game because something else is in the way. So I really like the setup. I love the e-grits. I think they were really cool. I would love one of those in my games room. There's one thing I do lack in my collection is a good MAME setup. But unfortunately, I could not sacrifice one of my Nintendo machines for that. But still, if I had the space, I would definitely have one of those candy cabs, those e-grits, because you can turn the monitors around really easily as well. But he's got 2, so he doesn't even have to do that. He's got a nice vertical setup and a nice horizontal setup and a nice dedicated machine that if he gets bored with, he can just sell and replace with another dedicated, and I think that's an awesome way to go. So, Steve, thank you very much for showing me around. Hope you guys enjoyed it, the viewers. Thanks for all the new subs, and look out for the next Game Room tour coming up very, very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.